Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. So several years ago, I discussed that there was one person who had a committee chair of consumer protection in the state of Minnesota, and he was keeping Right to Repair from getting anywhere. And since he no longer had that committee chair after an election, I thought it might be a good time to try and hire a lobbyist to see if we can get that bill passed in that state now that he's not there to cockblock it anymore. And that appears to have worked pretty well. We got something working over here. I talked about this about a month ago in this video, Minnesotans Rise Up, where I was asking people to email their legislators. And then today I posted a community post that I think you are all going to enjoy. This is a copy and paste from an email I got from a lobbyist at around 12:30 in the morning. Just a few minutes ago, after many hours of debate and recess, the Minnesota Senate passed the Digital Fair Repair Act as part of SF 2744, the Commerce Finance Policy Conference Committee report, and now goes to the House tomorrow/today for a final vote. After that, it's on its way to the governor. Now, again, this bill does not have everything I'd like in it, but this is progress. Not 100% of what I wanted in there, but progress. And as I said, thank you very much for being the best audience a guy yelling into a camera can ask for and for enabling all of this to happen. The reason I hired this lobbyist is not because I have a bunch of disposable income from my business or my personal life. It is because all of you donated over $900,000 so that I could do what I do in a more professional way. And I've been doing that to the best of my ability for the past 2.5 years, and we're starting to see results, whether it is the Right to Repair bill that passed in the state of Colorado recently, or whether it's bills like this making their way far further than they ever did before. If any of you are interested in how I am spending that money, you're welcome to look through these spreadsheets. I did a video, Louis Rossman's Financial Disclosures, detailed and open to Q&A. This is a Google Doc. Admittedly, I should probably be using something other than Google. That's kind of lame that I'm using a Google Doc here, but I just didn't feel like finding anything else at that point in time since I was traveling. And you can pretty much see every single expenditure that I've made, and you can click here to leave a comment. So you can ask what certain things are in the comments, and then if you ask what it is in the comments, I will actually answer. So you can kind of see how the money is being spent, what it's there for, and if there's anything that you want to know that isn't answered in there, well, you can ask. And sometimes you'll get a small answer, sometimes you'll get a detailed answer, and it's, I just wanted you all to know that in spite of the fact that we have not won in the way that I would have liked to have won across the country, that I am still taking incremental steps to try and kind of establish the fact that when you buy something, you own it and that you're able to fix it, whether it's with wheelchairs, with tractors, or consumer electronics. Sometimes I will get wins in my industry. Sometimes I will not have an opportunity to get a win in my industry, so I will seek out a win in another industry where I am able to at least support the philosophy and the principle that when you buy something, you own it and you should be able to fix it. Even if it's something that I will never see in my own shop, even if it's something that will never make me money, even if it's something that I will never use, as long as the principle and the philosophy is being moved forward, I am a happy man. And this is most certainly a step towards that. Again, when I started dealing with the state of Minnesota, I'm not kidding, the reason that this was not moving forward was you had a gentleman who ran car dealerships who was skeptical of people being able to fix their own stuff, who was the chair of the Committee on Consumer Protection. Chair of the Committee on Consumer Protection ran car dealerships, skeptical about people fixing their own. Like, you see how that works in America? You see how we always seem to have a fox that's guarding the hen house? But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you very much to all of you for making this possible, because without all of you emailing your representatives, and above all, without all of you providing the money that allowed most of this to happen, I would have not gotten this far. I wouldn't have gotten 5% this far. And again, thank you very much for allowing me to live out my purpose and try and clean up my corner of the world and make it a little bit better than it was before. I have all of you to thank for that, and I am incredibly humbled and appreciative that all of you are members of the audience here. I'll be honest with you all. I'm not a smart man, and most of you didn't need me to say that in order to know that that's true. I'm not a smart guy. I don't really know what I'm doing with a lot of this, and I'm kind of making it up a lot of it as I go. I'll be honest with you all. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Not even honestly that smart. Don't really know what I'm doing with all of this. I'm kind of making it up as I go, and I'm doing my best to make the best decisions as I go. And sometimes I screw up, and sometimes I make better decisions. And a lot of you have been part of the reason that I have been able to make better decisions, because you'll push me to make better decisions. You'll kind of if every time I kind of go off the rails a little bit or do something that just may not make sense, I'll get an email or I'll get a random message in a piece of mail, and it kind of starts helping me make sense of things again and helps me figure out which people I should be focusing on, which organizations I should be focusing on. And thank you for all of that. It's really cool to see these wins continue to get racked up. And again, even if they're not for me, don't get me wrong, it would be nice to be able to buy a CD3217 someday, but again, wheelchair people are happy, tractor people are happy. I don't know, it's kind of like having sex, You should always try to please your partner before you please yourself. But in all seriousness, I am happy to see that this is continuing to move forward and get somewhere. And I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, and I'm also getting a little overly sappy, so we can end the video here. It's cool though, isn't it? This close to getting another bill signed by a governor in another state. Let's hope they don't butcher it. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something.